Okay, are you a troll
All
sometimes?
this have been an insufferable troll. No, 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 because 2 minutes ago, before you called, before now, you called and went on an 18-minute rant about I should stop wholesaling, about how I should give up writing, about how all this other nonsense. I kind of want you to repeat all that I'm live streaming so people can see how much of a dumbass you are.
You don't think that I'm not that I'm wrong about AI and writing?
I never said anything. You weren't discussing AI and writing. What you were discussing
Do you
was.
think that it would be difficult as a writer these days to write and do it for a living?
No.
Do you think it would be difficult?
I don't think
with AI.
I think with AI, it's probably a lot easier for a lot of writers to actually, I think AI will make good writers better. And I think if somebody's a bad writer, um, AI is either going to improve their work or it's going to show just how bad they are. I know for a fact, like if we look at some YouTubers' writings, um, I'm trying to think of their names. Like I know Jason wrote one, which was utter crap. Brett Keane wrote one, utter garbage. Um, I'm not sure how much AI he used. There's people who they just put in a prompt and they think AI is going to do all the work. Of course, but that's not how the real world works. And publishers and agents, literary agents and publishers even, um, you know, fucking use AI. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Man, did you know that AI is going to write all the music within the next 10 years and everything on the radio is going to be written by a computer? And it'll be better than any possible musician could ever sing or write. And this is not my theory. This is just what experts say. And they could do it at the fraction of a cost. Like
I don't. Okay.
But that's going to happen to everything. That's going to happen to. Did you know that there's going to be a universal basic income within 10 years that they're going to be sending? And don't get me wrong, I don't like communism and I don't like socialism, but they're going to write checks to everybody because there will be no jobs. AI is taking blue collar. Okay, well, take YouTube for example. Let's say you want to on how to change out transmission. It'll take all those how-to, like anything on YouTube will be completely taken by AI. It'll be made to order. You'll literally type something in Google search, how to change a transmission out of a car. It'll make, and you put your own little tweets. It'll make its own special video just for you at that split second. It'll be anything that you can watch online. Everything, blue collar jobs, go through a checkout line. It'll all be done by robots.
Let's go back to the wholesaling thing, though. You said in our previous call that I was not allowed to do wholesaling of property because I have a felony on my record. So you said felons are not allowed to wholesale real estate.
Okay, I think I've actually asked ChatGPT before, and it's
right. So you're changing the claim because I'm recording you.
But let me tell you something. Do you think it would be more difficult?
No.
It's
not more difficult to do anything as a felon, but really, because the work doesn't have the power that it used to, especially nowadays when people can start their own businesses, and they also can use AI to actually get around a lot of that stuff. Because to most people, it doesn't matter.
Well, I'll speak to you this way. I have a family member that owns a multi-million-dollar real estate piece of property. If he's got a loan with the bank, right? He told me that literally, if he were ever pulled over, let's say for a DUI, he got a DUI or whatever, they would immediately. That would be breaking the clause, and they would immediately put in a sell on that property, meaning he would have to come up with financing immediately to buy that property or get another loan because he broke the DUI clause. Like they are super stringent on people who they loan money to.
I've never heard of this, so I'm gonna call bullshit. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, but doesn't it make sense? Let me ask you this: if you owned a house, like let's just say you owned a piece, and let's say you were a renter. Let's look at that side of real estate, and you rented a property. First thing, and my family members do own real estate. First thing you do is pull out a credit record, okay, to see what the credit is. Is it over at least 700? And
you don't need credit to sell a house or buy a house.
But no, I'm not done. I'm not done. And then you would pull up a credit record. Why would you do that? Because you don't want someone doing crack in the house that you own. And it's a statistical fact that people that have better credit are more responsible with paying the rent. 100% statistical fact. You got good credit, most likely you're not going to be a deadbeat and don't pay your rent. Okay, when you think it logically, it would apply to a bank before that they lend you $200,000, $300,000, before they lend you that money to buy a house. Don't you think that would be maybe part of their criteria to say, hey, maybe we shouldn't give this person $300,000 because they not only do they have a felony on their record, but they have a felony in real estate fraud. Don't you think that could hurt your prospects? Am I wrong? I mean, am I dumb?
I think you're ignorant.
But why? But wouldn't that make common sense, though, to you? Why wouldn't that make common sense?
It's not common sense because that's not how laws work.
Well, okay, have you gotten a loan yet? No. Right? No. So you can't tell me that I'm wrong.
No,
now, I can't fully 100% tell you that I'm right, but you haven't gotten a loan yet. Would you agree with that? Because you haven't even been able to get someone on the phone to buy a house. What's the furthest you've gotten so far? Well, I know you've called people and they say, don't call me anymore and all that stuff. But how far have you gotten? How far have you gotten with getting someone to? Have you ever looked at a piece of property? Have you ever walked onto a piece of property within the last year or two, for example?
The problem is consistency. I haven't been calling consistently every day.
You've called a lot.
I was going to call. That's not nearly enough. Because sometimes you might have to call 2,000 people to get one deal. And even if you use emailing, texting, calling, you still might not get a hold of them. The thing with it is you got to pick a list to do, whether it's a government list or a list off something like PropStream, and basically work that list and get a hold of everybody, and then also follow up with them, sometime after. Okay, I'm sure the experts make it look easy, but that's only because most of them have been doing it for close to 10 years.
This is what I think you should do. I think you should get in the house yourself. You should work and make money, and that's one reason I mentioned flipping stuff at Goodwill or whatever. Get you enough income per month, and you and Sabella move into a home that you plan to resell, but you have to be there 3 years before you have to pay capital gains tax. So if you get in a home and in 3 years you live there because that's your primary residence.
I'm not living in any of the houses that I'm buying.
And then you learn about the real estate. You learn about upkeep and all that. That's how people really make it in the real estate industry, especially starting out.
God.
But you don't even own a house yourself. Like, don't you think that's kind of crazy? You don't even own it. You rent, and yet you're trying to buy a house that you don't even own one. Listen, I've read the book. I've read Think and Grow Rich. I've read all that saying that, hey, you don't supposed to have anybody tell you no, and that you're supposed to, with a white burning heat of passion, desire, and faith and belief, that don't listen to the naysayers, that you steam full ahead. And I agree with you, but you got to admit it has been 2 years, and maybe I'm the person to get you motivated to go in a different direction to where you can still be rich, but I think you're going about it the wrong way. You're trying to eat the whole cake without cutting a slice first. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Nick? All right, we friends now. You gonna give me your real phone number so we can talk and chat? Nick, I'm about to hang up. Nick, I'm about to hang up. Nicholas, I'm about to hang up. Ron, I'm about to hang up. Ron.
Oh, did you call back? Yes, you can have one of your things. If you give me my drink too. I'm just floored.
Yeah, I hear you.
Why'd you walk away from me?
I'm just thinking about what you're saying.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
All right. Do you want to share me your real phone number? That way we can chat like in the future. Because I'm going to discard this phone number because I don't think this is your real phone number. I think this is like a Google. I think this is a Google Play number or whatever.
It's my real phone number.
I want your real phone number. That would mean you can chat.
My real phone number.
What's that?
It's my real phone number.
All right. Well, I'm going to go. Do you mind if I call you again sometime? Hello? Nick. Do you mind if I call you again sometime?
Oh my God.
Nick, do you mind if I call you again sometime?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do you mind if I call you again sometime on this number?
Dude, I just, like, I really don't give a shit what you do at this point because I got better things to do than worry about your life.
You need like a big. You need to be like.
Dude, no.
Yeah, you need some advice.
No, I do not. I get plenty of advice. Plenty of advice.
No, listen. You lost Happy Cabby.
I did not like oh my God.
You all were like brothers, okay?
Dude,
you lost Tim.
No,
Y'all
we're
were
not.
Like
We are not. No, those people were horrible people that I didn't need in my life. I don't know. I don't need a mentor. You're not the. No, come on, dude. Knock it off.
All right, I'm not a mentor. Maybe as a co friend. How about that?
No, you're not a friend. You've never been a friend.
We could be friends.
No, you're not my friend. You're an antagonist. That's all you are. Is an antagonist.
Can people evolve?
You are an antagonist. That's all you've ever been to me.
Yeah, but can people evolve though?
Yes, but that's
right,
like
then.
saying
Right, then.
no. Because if you keep getting bit by the snake, don't go where the snakes are and don't fucking interact with the snakes. You're a snake.
Have you evolved?
You are a snake.
Have you evolved?
No, actually, Sabella has helped me become more of who I've always been. The thing of it is you people, you trolls, don't want to see who I am because you're having too much fun living out this narrative where I'm this horrible human being. And frankly, I'm kind of tired of it because it's like almost 5:30. I got better things to do. And I've had a long day, and frankly,
all right, you sit back, you get your meal.
Frankly, you kind of, frankly, you're nonsense. I really fucking need a drink right now because this is just so unreal. This is absolutely fucking unreal that you would sit there and call me and talk about this shit as if you have anything to do with my life, as if you have any knowledge about the things that I'm doing. You don't know jack shit about writing, about AI, about wholesaling, about much of anything.
That's not true. I'm more successful than you, monetarily.
Bullshit.
You know
Bullshit.
Why are you posting this online? Like, why are you putting it on YouTube?
Because I think you're a fucking joke.
Like calling people. That's
because
weird.
I think you're a joke.
Don't you think that's weird?
You're a joke.
No, you're a joke. Why would you post that online? That's just strange. Don't you think that's a little bit strange, Nick?
Why would you call someone who you've hated?
I don't hate you. I don't hate you.
You wouldn't abuse me like you abuse me if you didn't hate me.
No, that's not true.
Oh, God. Anyway, I guess somebody called himself Creeping Conway says Rubber Wilbur equals big pimping. Well, Rubber Wilbur can go pimp himself out somewhere else because at this point I'm kind of tired of his nonsense and I'm about ready to call it a day. So,
oh man.
Nighty night, everybody.
Can we talk later?
I'm not talking to you at all. I'm going to block your number, actually.
Are you sure?
I don't know, man. I mean, like I'm sitting there cold calling, and this MFer calls me repeatedly. I finally answer. It's from like Kismet, Florida. Finally answer, and it's this jackass. Goes on and on for about 20 minutes, and then this last one, second time, well, probably third, fourth, fifth, second time that he's called that I've answered today. I'm live streaming him, and he wants to get all polite and actually have a completely different personality when he's being recorded. When he called the first time, he's telling me you can't wholesale because you're a felon. You can't write because AI is taking over writing, and you can't write because you're not good at it. How the hell would he know? He's telling me Sabella's gonna leave you because, that's what she did with her last man or whatever. He's telling me that my cat hates me. He's telling me, he's just going on and on and on with all this like negative shit. And then he's sitting there trying to be like, I could be a big brother to you. I could give you advice for your life and blah. No. Oh my God. I also. No, we're not going. This is another thing Robert Wilbur said. He suggested basically a locale house where me and Sabella would be in one room, Von Helton would be in another, Shanny and Jason in another, a couple others would be another, and we'd all share like a living space. No, I don't really feel the need to torture myself in that way for any amount of money or for any purpose. If somebody said, Nick, either you subject yourself to that kind of living condition for 6 months or the human race will go extinct, I would simply smile and say, well, it looks like humanity has had a fairly good run, but now it's time for us to move on. And thus, along I say now with this live stream, that it's time for me to basically move on and go do something that's far more entertaining, interesting, and productive.